Today marks the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act, the landmark legislation that was signed by President Lyndon Johnson. Janet Rogers asks how the legislation helped bring about change and also asks what is still needed today.
The Dr. Martin Luther King Planning Committee hosted an event and showed a documentary to remember significant events leading up to the signing of the Civil Rights Act in 1964. Students from Mahoning Valley Sojourn to the Past talked about the bus boycotts in Montgomery, the murder of Emmett Till in Mississippi, the Children's March in Birmingham, where they were attacked by dogs and water hoses. These and many other events galvanized outrage and support for passage of the sweeping changes in civil rights laws.
We've come a long way, and we need to continue to grow, and we need to remember all of those people who fought, bled, and died, and gave money and everything they had for people to have these rights. And that's people of all colors that put their lives on the line for us to have those rights.
The legislation ended segregation in restaurants and places of business. It made employment discrimination illegal and opened doors once slammed shut. A year later, the Voting Rights Act passed. Those laws made tests to register to vote illegal.
It was created for Black Americans, but it's been used for other minorities, whether we're talking about Latinx, whether we're talking about indigenous people, whether we're talking about handicapped, whether we're talking about women.
Jalada Aslam remembers discrimination and having to sit at a back table, not allowed to eat with the whites when she was a little girl. She says it's important to remember this day, noting it's not that long ago. She and others believe the battle for voting rights continues and still needs people to stand up and speak out today, as they did 60 years ago. With more local news, I'm Janet Rogers.